past week, Stuttering Craig of Side Scrollers put on his event called The Real Game Awards. And in all honesty, it went off without a hitch, with incredible trailers being shown from some pretty cool indie-styled games, fun awards being given out, and great time was had by basically the entire gaming community at large, save for a few vocal minority of people, which we'll definitely get into in this video. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. There is some major backlash going on right now with Stuttering Craig's The Real Game Awards, all because developers are not happy that they're being associated with an event that's made by gamers for gamers to celebrate games. Hit that subscribe, give me a like, and check out smashjt.com for the full article breaking down how Stuttering Craig's event was great. Until afterwards, there were a bunch of trolls online attacking developers saying, "Why are you guys supporting these people? Don't you know about how bad they are?" And the developers were kind of caught off guard like, "Whoa, we don't want anything to do with these kind of awards and this kind of show and these kind of people. They didn't tell us anything about it." And now Stuttering Craig's facing backlash for daring to celebrate games. Now, full disclosure before I go into this video, Smash JT is a 1337 elite member sponsor level of the Real Game Awards. That involves me deciding to give $1,337 donating in support to this event because I personally believed in it. So I don't want this to come across as some sort of advertisement championing Stuttering Craig. I want to make sure it's all out there so you know where I'm coming from, because I personally believed in the mission of what Craig is doing here. Even after initially feeling like it was ridiculous, I've had my mind changed based off of how the game industry has basically been straight up attacking gamers for the better part of the past year, which is really wild to me. But regardless of that, let's get into the story. Stuttering Craig's brainchild, The Real Game Awards, originally made some waves in the gaming community as a refreshing alternative to the bloated and overly corporate mainstream media game award shows. The event, which, in all honesty, was a very fun watch. It aired without a hitch, and I even streamed it on Will of the Fans channel. We had a great time. Words of Paradise was there as well. We were celebrating being gamers and enjoying the pastime that we love so dearly. It was a celebration of gaming culture for gamers, by gamers, untainted by the typical political posturing and pandering these days that so many of us had come to expect from the larger award show ceremonies. And yeah, even I was a presenter in it. When Stuttering Craig asked me if I wanted to be, and I looked at it as an honor, as something to take part in, to push the game industry to what I feel like is a better place for the vast majority of gamers. But as the dust settled, the true fallout was just beginning. It didn't take very long for the hardcore woke left-leaning segment of the game community to crawl out of the darkest pits of despair from the internet and try to turn their attention to the event's participants, launching yet another one of their cringe campaigns of outrage and cancellation attempts. Their primary targets, the developers of the games being featured in the show, many of whom had no idea they were included in the first place. Beginning with PSX Bunlith, who was the head developer for Nightmare Cart, and they tweeted out, "So honored to have won the coveted Anti-Woke Game Awards Best Racing Game category as a trans woman. It is so comforting to see them prioritize diversity, equality, and inclusion. To celebrate, I'm going to have gay sex with my F-word transgender dog girl." Which is weird enough in its own right, but this is like an outright attack at Stuttering Craig for putting on his own award show and basically taking the standpoint of, yeah, I know what you guys really are all about, even if you're not saying it, and I don't want to be associated with you. Which is really weird because Stuttering Craig isn't about any of that. He responded, "Congrats, you'll notice that literally no one cared that you're trans. Literally no one. The audience cared that you made a good game. That's all people want. Our show is not anti-woke. It's simply meant to be an alternative to the access media/industry show. Enjoy your gay sex." For some reason, these people always seem to focus on what they do when they close the bedroom door. Like we care about it. We never do care about it. We never talk about that stuff. I don't know why they always fixate on that's the thing that we care about when it's not. And then Stuttering Craig went on to talk about how he's since now been blocked by this person after giving them an award for Best Racing Game. Stuttering Craig said, "The post below was both a quote tweet and response to the trans developer who was trying to be snarky about winning an award at the Real Game Awards. My response was honest and in good faith. This person's response: hide it from the post and block me, as it doesn't fit their internalized victim narrative and public narrative they want to spin. Somehow, while this person was literally getting praise for their work, they were able to spin that into being a victim, which I get it. You're entitled to do whatever the hell you want to do, but this really does shine a spotlight on what we're dealing with in the game industry with unhinged developers that are looking for any reason to claim victim status. Instead of just celebrating coming together that an award was given to them, they want to say, no, I don't agree with that person's politics, and so now I'm blocking them, and I want to try to get an own on them, like own the chuds with a tweet for daring to recognize that the game was good. I don't understand where they're coming from. And you would think it'd be one thing if it was just that one developer, but no, it continues. The lead developer of Sulaco, a game that honestly looked pretty cool, that is currently in early access on Steam, goes by the name of Nextstick on Blue Sky, seems to have taken some issues with the free promotions that Stuttering Craig was giving them via his Game Awards. He was showing a trailer of their game and thought it would be cool to promote games during this show. And sure, he could have reached out to them before the show and said, hey, I'm looking to feature your game during my show. Are you okay with that? And they'd probably say sure or no, which is fine. But at the same time, it's like, who would turn down free promotion from an award show celebrating video games? It's wild to me. Nextstick on Blue Sky said, we have not paid for an advertisement for the Real Game Awards. I've never even heard of it until an hour ago. And then they followed that up saying, the more I'm looking into this, the more I want to distance myself, laughing my ass off. And I see there's a lot of people that were tagging them saying, what are you doing on here? Do you know how bad these people are? Why are you associating with these people? And it's all these lefty lunatics that do the same tactics they always do, trying to cancel the opposition because they can't be creative and make anything of their own. So they try to tear down anyone doing anything in this world. Grums on Twitter said, indie game Sulaco game, slams Stuttering Craig and his Game Awards show for ... checks notes, featuring them for free because they thought it was a cool game. They did this after Alyssa, Wash Your Crack, and Airbag all went after them for the crime of being on the wrong show. Sulaco didn't just cave to the bullying cancel culture, they embraced it and have picked a side. Vote accordingly. This is all crazy to me because it has literally nothing to do with politics. These are woke lefties that are lunatics pushing politics every chance they get, trying to find politics and every walk of life that they can't just have people have their own show and enjoy things. They have to inject their own narratives and run with that and try to cancel anyone they disagree with. This is wild. The craziest part? Some developers still listen to him, including Sulaco. So Stuttering Craig didn't ask Sulaco's developer Nexus to have them as part of the show, and they took issue with that. But then you follow on Nexus's Blue Sky, and they're promoting Doom, a game that they didn't make, and they're saying, this is a cool game, everyone. I like Doom. And I'm like, what? You're literally promoting a game that you didn't make on your own Blue Sky, and then your next post you're saying, I don't like other people that I don't like promoting the game I made. Can you please make up your mind? And then we have the lunatics over at Hard Drive Magazine on Twitter saying, hey, Stuttering Craig, is it official Real Game Awards policy to hire Holocaust-denying racists to do all your animations, or just the one you posted yesterday? Which, again, they think this is some sort of own on the chuds because they don't like one person that got hired for something that may or may not transcendentally have anything to do with the work being done on the show, but they're looking for anything to get the show canceled because they hate the fact that there's someone like Stuttering Craig moving forward and changing the industry for the better. But it doesn't align with their ideologies, so they want to do everything they can do to stop it. Oh, and AVGN, James Rolfe, was on there too, and that pissed off a lot of them as well because they thought that he was one of theirs on their side and everything sides with them. And now they're like, oh, even James Rolfe is one of those now? Oh, God, of course he is. Now they're mad at James Rolfe for being a part of it because this is what they do. This is how they get people to submit to be on their side, is by shaming them, by canceling them. And weak-minded people always bend the knee and end up going on their side, which is why it's filled with a bunch of people that that never want to do or accomplish anything. Despite all the noise, it was a roaring success, and it showed everyone that there is a strong demand for gaming content that isn't afraid to reject the corporate and ideological stranglehold that has taken over much of the gaming industry at its root. As for me, I have zero regrets about supporting the Real Game Awards show. I believe in Craig's vision, and I still do to this day. The event was a big step in the right direction for gamers everywhere who are tired of being lectured and policed by the establishment. If anything, the backlash being faced here only proves the importance behind continuing the fight for gaming culture to change in a better direction that celebrates creativity and gamer-focused fun above everything else. And honestly, I guess we all should have expected this kind of backlash, but to see developers so quickly bend the knee and then go on the attack against Stuttering Craig for daring to try to champion and promote games is just beyond wild to me. I will live my entire life and never understand that. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. If you guys want more information, check out smashjt.com. I will link this article in the description below. If you appreciate what I'm doing, hit that join button. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, you stay smashing.
This is not an industry show. It's about you, the gaming community.